Well, welcome to Lee's show. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. There's been a lot going on in our country and our world, and got the president doing his, yep, doing it right this time, doing his thing down in North Carolina. Um, like I said, it's just been one crazy weekend uh, with all the riots and everything going on. I guess, unfortunately, we had another bad shooting. Oops. Hold on here. Try this again. I'm getting there. Like I said, I need, if I can get some volunteers to come over and help out and stuff like that to help me better myself, better my show. Um, do pretty much like the editing and stuff like that. Help me come up with some more plans and different things for our history. That would be really wonderful. So if you have some free time, like to put in a little bit of togetherness to help get things started with me to get our show going. Um, I am still working on some other things to do as well because of my having procedures and everything done. It's taking a little bit longer than I expected to get more, more of it done. But like I said, though, Sunday around 5 o'clock in Kenosha, Wisconsin, I guess an officer or a couple officers end up shooting a guy in the back. Um, don't have all the details, and I'm not going to go who's in fault just of yet because just like Floyd's thing, that got twisted around and turned it out to be where he pretty much had an overdose or something with a white pill. If you see some of the videos that I shared on my Facebook, you will see that. Um, so it's you got to really look at everything before you actually get in there and start saying, pointing the fingers at it. Of course, there's people there in Wisconsin, down there in Kenosha, decided to take matters in their own hands and burning a whole lot of cars, vehicles, smashing up windows, and let the investigators do their job. Let them determine who's at fault and stuff. Don't turn around and you know be a wild animal and just decide you're going to destroy stuff. That's just not right. Um, it's I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, what really is going on with people anymore. It don't make no sense. I mean, God wouldn't want us to do that. You know, it was wrong if it was the officer's fault. For popping the guy in the back like that. I mean, hey, he'll go to prison. You know, believe me, if prisoners will take care of him. You don't have to worry about that. But anyway, let's move on. Um, excuse me. I do want to give a shout out, and I do apologize. My buddy down there in Cochran, Wisconsin, he's got a store that he opened up. It's called Make an Offer. He's got new, used, and vintage stuff for sale. All kinds of items. They're open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Please, if you get a chance, if you're in the Cochran, Wisconsin area, please stop in and see him and tell him hi, and then Lee sent you, and he'll hook you up. I mean, he's got some neat stuff, a lot of stuff in there, for different things. There's things for fishing. There's stuff for tools. He's got all kinds of tools. He's got clothing. He's got kitchen stuff. Jewelry to you name it. He has a lot of stuff in there, and it'd be worthwhile to check it out. And if you get the chance to go in there, um, let's see here. Now, of course, we all know the weather has been really, really wicked, really hot here in the Wisconsin area. This yesterday's temperatures, um, it was real muggy and humid. I had to go and get a COVID test done yesterday, and it was, thank goodness for AC, because it would have been pretty hot getting down in there and doing that. But yesterday was hot, and of course today is not going to be any better, you guys. There's trying to move things around here so I can. So, like today, we're looking about the highs of about 92. Chance possible thunder showers this morning. We pretty much just got to wait and see how the weather is, because they always say in here in Wisconsin, you just wait 5 minutes and it'll change. It always does. Um, but by late afternoon, about 1 o'clock, early afternoon, 95, of course. Then it's going to cool down a little bit. Possible more showers tonight, about 86 degrees. And then in your outlook for the rest of the week, it's actually by tomorrow or Tuesday and Wednesday, of course, it's going to be even hotter. Humidity is going to be high, and of course, there's still a chance of showers, tomorrow as well. But if you notice, we're going to be coming downhill a little bit by next week. By Tuesday, Monday and Tuesday, we'll be back down in the 70s. Hopefully, it'll be a lot more comfortable and cooler. But so far this weekend coming up, it looked like we're going to have a pretty good weekend. So if you happen to be in the area and stuff, um, doing some boating and all that, just don't forget, if you're over here in the Buffalo and Elma and Fountain City area, there's places to dock your boat. We got like the B&S gas station if you need fuel or beverages or snacks. Uh, Ice, all that stuff, they have it. So stop in and check them out, because they're really good people, and they would, definitely like to say hi to you. And don't forget, tell them that Lee sent you. And of course, we have the bars and restaurants in that area too. So, if you want to sit down for dinner, whatever, kind of kick back, relax from after you're traveling around or boating around and stuff, go in there and check out. There's also, we have cabins and stuff you can rent around the area. Um, if you want to try to do some camping while you're in town, go for it. But please, I'll tell you what, I have not heard so much nonsense of these crotch rockets, motorcycle people speeding up and down 35 and stuff like that. There's been accidents. You're going to hurt somebody, or you're going to get yourself hurt or killed. There's no need to be speeding around in here. This is 35. It's a nice country road. It's it is a freeway highway type deal. It goes up north and south, up and down the river, and there's a lot of inlets, and there's a lot of people just coming in and out and stuff with their boats and stuff. So please be careful and use some common sense when you're driving around. And of course, us four wheelers, people are driving around and stuff like that. Please watch out for the motorcycles, because they can see you, but a lot of times you can't see them. And the pedestrians, and I notice a lot of people out there bike riding too. So if you're out there riding a bike, definitely take the opportunity to, enjoy the scenery with your bikes and stuff, but be careful, because sometimes the four-wheelers don't see you. So be careful. This is a satellite view of pretty much the north United States area. You can see why the high is pushed that low up in there. So the reason why we got that very high heat coming in. We got those hurricanes coming in from the south as well. I don't know if we're going to get impacted, but we might see some of some of the temperatures, from there might move it up a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on it. It's early in the game yet on it. The first one, the hurricane, pretty much it has dropped down, so it's like 50 mile per hour winds. But of course, it can, produce tornadoes and all that, so be careful. And also the one coming in after that one, there's two of them. The one coming in after that one is definitely picking up some strength, so that one they're really keeping an eye on. But more enough of this weather stuff. But I definitely want to get in a little bit of this here. It's about our postal service, U.S. Mail. They did it over, I think Saturday. They set up a where they all had to come in for a meeting and all this stuff, and the Congress government stuff, and you know this big $1 trillion, 24,000 million trillion bill for the postal service and stuff like that. And you know, to me, I always thought the postal service was always doing a good job. Uh, they talking about medications not getting at people's places on time and all that. Well, I get medications through the mail, from my pharmacy, uh, and I don't have any problem with them delivering my prescriptions. Uh, the mail's always, I haven't never had a problem where I had to tell a bill collector, oh, I didn't get the mail. I always got my mail, so I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe you guys do. You could maybe hit me a line on that and let me know. Any suggestions on that too, would be very helpful. And I went to the post office Saturday, but of course I missed it by a couple minutes. I have a package I need to send out, and I missed getting in there on time. But I noticed our postal service had a brand new postal van. So before they even passed the bill, I'm still seeing improvements. So, I think that money, to tell you the truth, it should help the American people, help them get out of this rut that everybody's in. I'm still, like I said, I've got some friends and families that are, hurt by this epidemic and everything with the virus, and they can't go to work. I have friends that have gotten the virus. Of course, I stay away, and I'm negative. I'll get into that a little bit here in a few minutes. But in the postal service, I gotta watch my time too, because apparently I'm being under my understanding. I'm taking too long doing this, and they're blocking my stuff because it's too long. So anyway, you see a picture here. Back in the early years, centuries, decades and decades, back in 1633, when the postal mail started working, they came across where people wanted to get letters out to like England and all that. So, you know, people came up with, the government pretty much came up with an idea to set up for people to deliver, people's handwritten mail. The mail, time letters written, their correspondence by friends and merchants, and even the Native Americans, they delivered on foot and horses way back then. That's how they delivered the mail to people. Of course, as time changes and everything. Now, what I can come up with, the UPS, that I traced it back, the roots of it was in 1775, during the second Carnarvon. I can't pronounce the word. I'm sorry. This was when Benjamin Franklin, he was appointed the first postmaster general. So that's kind of cool, way back in 1775, of course, that was still way, way, way in the time era that, of course, I wasn't around, type deal. But, you could tell that things improved, the mail got sorted, and delivered to different locations throughout the country. And then they came, started when the airplanes came out, coming in earlier in the time and everything, the the post office. Well, they didn't have post office back then. Okay, way even back in the 1770s and stuff. Not yet. Uh, they actually had the inns, the like hotel inns, and the taverns and stuff. That's where you would go and get your mail, or if you want your mail sent out, that's where you would take it to. Then later on in the years, you know, when 1776 and all that, then the postmaster wanted to improve the mail by, what you see here, where, everything started, they had places where they gathered, all the mail was gathered up, put on planes and stuff, so it can get to England a lot faster, because it used to take, months sometimes for somebody to receive a letter, from their loved ones, or to any place that needed attention to something that they just only want to send by the letter. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Something a little bit about the postal history and stuff, like I said, they when they flew it through in different countries, or throughout the United States, it was mostly like New York and Virginia and stuff like that in the early days, because that's about what the U.S. was back in the colonial days and everything. But as time got on and on, of course, uh, they started transporting mail as well through the railroad system too. So the mail got to one town to another town a lot easier, where the train, where towns were across, down the line with the trains and everything. The mail was easily distributed that way. So it kept improving, gotten faster, more organized, throughout the time and throughout the years. And, like today, our mail system and stuff, the carriers take cautious, they got their mask on, gloves or whatever, and, and they're working, hours after hours, and, to make sure that everybody gets what they have to get, with their prescriptions and tax money or whatever has to be done. And, you uh, gotta think about it too. These guys work in all sorts of weather and stuff. I can't tell what that picture is. Oh, there it is. Okay. I mean, they work in all kinds of weather. I mean, snow, sleet, hail, freezing rain. Their job is they have to get up every day and go to, to make sure that mail and stuff is delivered. Walking through that thick snow, freezing cold and stuff, like I was saying. It's just, those times when we need to really, think about, think about uh, the postal people, as, you're sitting there getting your mail or something, thank them, say, I appreciate you guys, your hard work you're doing. Now, I know, like, I'm trying to remember, I had my friend's mom and everything, like in holidays, they would leave like Christmas cookies, or or gift certificate, or stuff like that. But because they don't get tips or anything like that, or it's just out of gratefulness of people that they deliver to. So those are one of the people, even with this virus, you know, they had to keep so you can have your mail. I mean, they didn't shut down. Mail still delivered, no matter what. Only time they get a time off and everything is, of course, Sundays, and a lot of times it's unless it's a government holiday, because they are a government postal service. They are a service to the public people. So, keep that in mind, you guys. When next time you see a postal service and stuff, and those people you got to watch out for too, because they're on the side of the road. They're hitting mailboxes, getting mail in those mailboxes and stuff like that. So you see those. Some of them have like little flashing lights and whatever, and they use their own vehicles. A lot of these small towns, they use their own vehicles to get around and make sure we have our mail. Of course, technology and everything. A lot of people do a lot of mailing and stuff. That's a picture of me. Uh, when with the emails through like MyCare, I have a MyCare account and everything. So I went to yesterday. I went and got my COVID test, and I couldn't believe how fast it was. Now some people saying it takes forever. Now I got there about 10 o'clock yesterday morning. And by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I get a message on my care account saying, hey, you're negative. You can go and have your procedure done. So Wednesday, I got to go in and have a procedure. So I don't think I'll be in a talking mood Wednesday. So I probably won't have my show. But we'll get it going and stuff. Friday, I'll probably pop one in there. Maybe Thursday and Friday. We'll see how it goes. And I appreciate all the likes and the follows. You guys, thank you very much. And, like I said, I'm trying to improve this a lot more, a lot better. So, like I said, if you have any comments or any suggestions or anything like that, that would, really, really help out, please, don't hesitate to, drop me a line, comment uh, on my show and stuff, And if you want to be part of my show, let me know because, we can really get this thing rolling and going because I want to talk about history, the positive stuff that has happened throughout our years, centuries ago, like our postal service, airplanes I talked about, trains, and you could see in farmers, and you could see how everything's tied in, like the mail. Well, I should have thrown in. Sorry, guys, because I was one of them that delivered mail in my semi truck, um, in trucks. I should not. I almost forgot. Sorry, guys, my trucker friends out there. Everything is tied in. If you notice, the mails, it gets sorted, it gets distributed, it goes by plane, by trucks, by delivery person, the postal service office, it all gets moved around uh, to make that mail the paper products. Like I said, everything comes and goes through different things that we take granted in our lives here in the United States, in our country. So, always remember that, when next time you get pissed off because somebody did that or somebody did this, remember what those people are doing. I mean, like these people smashing uh, windows in these people's, businesses and stuff like that. Well, you're hurting them. You're not hurting the people that caused the problem or did the problem. You're hurting the other people that's there. They understand just as well as I do. The things that has to be taken care of. The police department. Um, what I always call is the bad apples. Let's get rid of the bad apples. If they're causing the problem, let's get them out. But don't you be the problem, because now you're causing the problem. And I see more of the American flag getting burnt and stuff like that. I don't understand uh, why you know why people do that. I really don't. Uh, the flag did not do anything to you. That's your country. You know. Let's stop and let's respect, our American flag, because the American flag is what founded our country. Like I was showing, we are the people. We are God's people, and we need to have more respect for one another and each other. Because when you're destroying stuff, you're not having respect. We hate you for that. You know, being out there being idiots, burning the flag, kneeling at the flag and stuff like that. Of course, to me, if you're kneeling at the flag, you must be praying to it, because You know, you need to respect our flag and respect the people, you know, out there or on your side that you're destroying their property. You know, you burn up people's cars, you're burning buildings down, you trash, throwing rocks and glass, busting it. All you're doing is hurting the people that has worked hard and sweat and, you know, from generations to generations sometimes with, these businesses. And you're just taking them down. And you're hurting them, not hurting the situation. You're hurting the people. And I think the people, we need our president, really, I think you need to step up and put your foot down on these governors and stuff who doesn't want, say, oh, we got it, we got it. They're just out there having a picnic, No, they're not having a picnic. And then it's not a peaceful protest. It's a riot protest. It's violent protest. Let's go back to the way things were. Government people, the judges and all that will put the people that did wrong into jail. Times has changed. Everything's changing so fast, so bad right now. Not bad, but for the good. Let's get it. Let them do their job. If you're going to keep destroying things, hurting other people, the other people can't do their job. You're causing all the police to work in one sector. When somebody out there where you took that officer from to babysit you guys, that could be having a heart attack or gotten in an accident or something, and now they can't get to them. You're not thinking, and of course that gets me all upset and all that. But I appreciate everybody. I really do. Everybody I think is equal. There's some adjustments need to be done, and let's talk it out with our governors and presidents and stuff like that. Let's get this thing taken care of. God bless you guys. Please be safe. And remember, watch out for the other people. And be strong and peace hearted. I love you. Peace.